Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Monday, April 1st, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with WWE's Road to WrestleMania house show, which took place on Sunday at the War Memorial Arena in Syracuse, New York. Yesterday's show results mirrored WWE's Saturday night outing in Manchester, New Hampshire. Cody Rhodes closed the show by defeating Drew McIntyre in a street fight. Rhea Ripley retained her World Women's title in a triple threat against Shayna Baszler and Natalya. In other title matches, Gunther successfully defended the Intercontinental Championship against Jey Uso, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Dominic Mysterio in a fatal four-way. And World Tag Team Champions Damian Priest and Finn Balor beat the New Day. In other results, New Catch Republic defeated Pretty Deadly. Bianca Belair, Zelina Vega, and Michin defeated Damage Control. LA Knight topped Solo Sikoa, and Omos beat Odyssey Jones. Taking a look across the Atlantic, RevPro presented the Revolution Rumble yesterday from inside the confines of York Hall in London. The main event featured a 30-man Royal Rumble-style match, which was won by Luke Jacobs. 3 championship matches also took place on the show. In the only title change, the grizzled young veterans team of James Drake and Zach Gibson won the undisputed British Tag Team title by knocking off the team of Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews. Michael Oku retained the undisputed British Heavyweight title with a win over Leighton Buzzard, and in a dog collar match, Danny Luna held on to the undisputed British Women's title by defeating Alex Windsor. Other bouts on the show saw Leon Slater knock off former Impact World Champion Josh Alexander, while Luke Jacobs defeated Connor Mills. Moving to Japan, several promotions featured title matches on Sunday. We begin with Pro Wrestling Noah. Inside Tokyo's Korakuen Hall, El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. made his first defense as Noah's Global Honored Crown Champion by turning back the challenge of former champion Jake Lee in 28 minutes and 25 seconds following a moonsault press. Inside Tokyo's Sumo Hall, Tokyo Joshi Pro ran their Grand Princess 2024 event, which saw 3 title matches take place. In the main event, Miyu Watanabe defeated Miyu Yamashita to win the Princess of Princesses title. Watanabe becomes the 14th champion in company history, pinning Yamashita in 20 minutes and 7 seconds after utilizing her teardrop facebuster. The Princess Tag Team title also changed hands as Suzume and Arisu Endo topped Ryo Mizunami and Yuki Aino. Earlier in the show, Yuki Arai retained the International Princess title by putting down the challenge of Yuki Kamifuku. And in the main event of 0-1 show yesterday in the Chiyoda section of Tokyo, Pro Wrestling Noah regular Akitoshi Saito upended Chris Weiss in 14 minutes and 36 seconds to win the 0-1 World Heavyweight title. The event, which took place at the Yasukuni Shrine, also served as a charitable endeavor to support those affected by the earthquake which rocked the Noto Peninsula on New Year's Day. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.